All right. I guess there is hole in it. Let's try it out. Not bad. It's not bad. It's a little sweet. I know I'm in America, but it's a little sweet to my taste. A little too much sugar on it. And the cinnamon is, I would like there to be more cinnamon on it. But the texture and the taste of the bread itself is really good. I like that. So I actually think if you took the sugar off it, I would love it. So, but once I tried something that tastes good. Not bad. Not bad either. Not bad at all. Maybe I have some lousy coffee the last couple of days, but this is actually the best cup of coffee I had since I came to the United States. So, hats off for Jack's Donuts. That's kind of cool. When I've been training for some days, I can go here again. Atmosphere is a little dull, but I guess people just pick up their coffee and their donut and is on their way. Yeah. And I still underestimate how hot it is. It was cloudy today, and it was actually raining this morning, so I took some long trousers and a sweatshirt on, and lo and behold, I was out in 15 minutes and I had to drop the shirt, and now I'm sweating on the legs too. So it's still hot. It looks like it's not. When it looks like this in my country, it's blowing and it's cold. It's blowing cold wind, you know, but not here. It's still hot, even though it's blowing. So, yeah, takes a bit of getting used to the weather. So, it's a little late to do first impressions of Indianapolis, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I always do that. I think it's a perfect way to start and end being somewhere, is to evaluate them by their first impression, and when you're going back, you evaluate them as out of your experience. So first you take your judgment, and when you're ending a journey, then you use your experience, and then you go back to the judgment and you kind of put them together, and you get a good view of where it's been. I did that in Chicago. Tried to get it down in the videos as long as I was going along the way. But here in Indianapolis, I don't really have the time now, so I'm not gonna go that much around. I'm gonna take the most important buildings, and I'm gonna show you that. And yeah, that's gonna be it for Indianapolis this time. But okay, so this time I'll do, because it's too late to do the first impression. I'll do my last impression instead, with the first impression on it. When I came here, I came from Chicago. It was Chicago was loud. It was pulsating. There was a lot of energy, both negative energy and positive energy. But nevertheless, all the time you are bathed in some kind of energy from your surroundings. Here, it's totally different. It's quiet, it's peaceful, people are minding their own business. It's a big contrast to Chicago when you think about that this is still a big city and it's not more than 300 miles away from Chicago, 200, 300, I don't know how much it is. But it's not that far away from Chicago, and everything just changed drastically. The people changed, the environment changed, the pace changed. You know, nobody's rushing here. I don't see it. Even in the traffic. In Chicago, everybody was honking their horn. Everybody was trying to run down pedestrians and stuff like that. You know, not here. So it's a contrast to Chicago. I'm not saying it's better. People have to determine that. That's in the eye of the beholder, you know. Chicago did have that charm as well, you know. You see stuff and you hear stuff and you experience stuff that you wouldn't experience here, even if you lived here for 20 years maybe, you know. So yeah. There's not that much to see as there is in Chicago. So if you're here for sightseeing, it's probably not the right place. If you're here for sport or war history, I think it's the right place. So, sorry. But the bear gotta get his honey, you know. That is it. What else? Yeah, the buildings, it's a lot of concrete here when you come downtown. Look at this. It's all concrete. Concrete. It is also Chicago, but it's built differently, so you don't notice it as much as this. This is straight in your face, you know. So when it comes to the view, Chicago is a much prettier town than this. Even though I think the infrastructure is better here. I think maybe the transportation was better in Chicago, of course, but I think the roads are better here. In Chicago and around Chicago, oh my God, the roads were terrible. You know, even just riding the bus was like. When you've been in the bus for 10 minutes, you want to go off and walk the rest of the way with your 50 pounds of baggage, you know, because it was terrible. It's just not a bad idea. I think I'm going to do that. Compare the cities to each other, especially compared to the last city I was in. I think that's a good idea. And I walked around the town today, and I got some good ideas for how to set up shop. actually found some places where I said, oh my God, that would have been perfect. Should have been there. You know? So in Louisville, I will be a little more creative and I will be a little more planning. I will spend a day just walking around town. I'm thinking about maybe changing it up, so I do the other videos first, so I get around and I find a good spot to set up the cafe. So I do it in the opposite order as I've done so far. So, yeah. Yesterday was not a massive success, except that I got to see all you good people. It went differently in my head before I came there, that's for sure. But I have some good ideas for how to make it a little more interesting, and you'll see that in Louisville. It's going to be a lot more interesting. There are going to be 2 new things. I got a good idea from my good friend Stacy about just grabbing some hard paper and make signs. You know, so I'm gonna buy myself a stack of these papers for signs and some good markers. And when I'm there, I'm gonna make signs that suits the people that I see in front of me. You know? So I'm not gonna make pre-made signs. I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna make the signs as I go along. You know, I think that's a pretty good idea. So that's what I'm gonna do. And another plan of mine, I'm gonna pull out a secret weapon. I'm gonna find myself a Supercenter Walmart, and I'm gonna buy myself a boom blaster. That idea actually come a while ago from Mike. Mike, when I was on one of his live streams, I was on the train, and he said I should bring my boombox to the train and just let it rip, you know. So I actually thought about that last night, and I thought that's not a bad idea. Let's do that. So when I come to Louisville, I will buy myself a boombox, and I will play all that good freedom, conspiracy rebel music that I have. And if I can't get a conversation, maybe I can piss them off a little when they listen to that shit long enough. So yeah, new ideas. That's about it. When I'm done here, I'm gonna go pack my bags, and tonight I will be on a bus to Louisville. It's gonna be night, not tonight. It's in the middle of the night. 3 o'clock my bus leaves for Louisville, and I'll be in Louisville from tomorrow. I probably will be sleeping that day. So the plan is I'll come there tomorrow, I'll sleep, and when I'm done sleeping, I will do a little, what do you call it, scouting, you know, downtown, and find the perfect spot for the day after. So I will be there tomorrow, the 30th, and scout out the terrain, and the 1st of May will be the cafe in Louisville. And it's gonna be awesome. So until then, thank you for rooting for me, guys, and I'll see you all in Louisville. Peace.